Hello, Professor Jones. This is my video response to the movie The Third Man. So, going one step at a time, how does the film speak to an issue concerning gender, class, sexuality, race that you would find interesting to write on? Well, concerning gender and sexuality, maybe I would not focus on them as general aspects, but rather, I would focus more on since there is only one leading main female character, I would focus on Anna. Probably, I would compare and contrast her figure in the book and in the movie, and possibly question why she is much more relevant in the movie than in the book, and also in what way she was more relevant in the movie and much more actively engaged in the movie rather than in the book. And concerning class and race, I would probably like to focus more on class than race, just for the fact that class is a much more relevant theme in the movie than race, especially when looking at the underground Vienna and at the poor living conditions of the post-war setting of the city and the neat class separation and distinctions. Then, how might the film link to questions of nostalgia and modernity we have already explored this semester in class? When concerning modernity, we looked at modernity more at the cons of it than at the pros of it. So we studied and we looked at how modernity led to a much more unstable social environment and to much more social alienation. So one could argue that modernity as a general phenomenon kind of influenced the movie itself in general, as the war might be interpreted possibly as a sort of misuse of modern advancements, and one could even look at the different again class divisions and poor living conditions and unstable social environment in general of the modern setting of the story. Then concerning nostalgia, I would say that probably there are nostalgic elements, but they could be linked not to the story in general, but to much more specific elements or characters. For example, one could look at Anna's character and probably consider her nostalgic when analyzing her love for Harry and her acceptance of his actions. Maybe because she is nostalgic of the past love and the past relationship with him. Possibly, I don't know. Then, how might comparing the third man to falling down help in identifying a credible gap in knowledge regarding the former? Well, again, falling down is much more is focused much more on the cons of modernity rather than the pros. It talks about social alienations, social mayhem, and all the related aspects. So, when comparing it to the third man, I would say that, well, probably since the main explicit and relevant themes about the third man have all been analyzed and discussed, falling down, since it concerns the negative aspects brought by modernity, could possibly help me in kind of identifying what is the role of modernity and how it was relevant or was not relevant in the unfolding of the events, since modernity was not really an aspect that was analyzed or looked at in depth by other researchers.